What's up? Gravy. We got Macho down here. Macho. We got some babies in the house. Video. We're going to be talking about some Nerf revolvers. In this case, I'm doing a couple of them because there's really not a whole lot to say about, like, one by itself that hasn't been said a million times. So, thus, I should have loaded all of them. So, Nerf revolvers, iconic, especially since the Maverick. I didn't feel like going downstairs to go get my Maverick, so forgive me if I'm not going to review a blaster that's like 18 years old. It is hot in this room right now. So, I've already reviewed the Fortnite one. Not going to talk about that one. I'm probably not going to bring out the hammer shot either because I don't know where it is right now. So, but I love the hammer shot. So, go figure. That's my review. Good. So fucking hot. Okay, I'm just going to load all the ones that I have right here. We're just going to go through them pirate style. So, you can kind of tell throughout. I mean, like, one, it's a good idea if you got a product that works, don't deviate from it too much, I guess. So, Nerf has pretty much got that down pat. But all of these are spring actuated. I have two that aren't Nerf, just, I guess, for variety. It's good to have variety. Gravy, walking across the shot. You can't do that, baby. You can't break the 180 rule. What are you doing? What are you doing, Gravy? Meow, meow. It's her show now. What are you doing? She's just sitting. She's like, meow, meow. And you know what? She's so right to say it. All right. So, I guess chronologically, I'm going to start with the strong arm. If I recall correctly, the strong arm was the first one since the Maverick. And you can kind of tell. It looks like one. I mean, all of them kind of do look meow 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 meow. She's like, look, I know you're about to be blasting in that direction. She is standing on my keyboard. And now you're on my lap. Hey, she's trying to get into the dart bin. She saw me pull the lid up. No, ma'am. Okay, so functionally, the strong arm is the most similar to a Maverick because it, so I'm just going to go through it. No instrument compatible barrel lug. This is during the Elite era. You can tell by the symbol on the side, but also the color scheme. It's got it's a little bit more removable a cylinder than the Maverick, which only came out to expose 3 of them. And it was a popular mod to cut one of the locks to open it up fully, or a little bit more fully, kind of like how this one works. Rail on top for sights, of course. You've got your prime right here. And in this, if I recall correctly, the Maverick, the big difference between each iteration of them are if the revolver cycles on the prime or on the trigger pull. I think the Maverick is on the trigger pull, or rather, you can prime it whenever, but you can sit there and like with it. I would have to go downstairs to go get mine to check, and I've already said I'm not going to do that. So, all right, but notice it does it after. It probably rotate then drop, as in the timing of it's essentially a double action trigger. No, it's not a double action. It is a double action. Sorry, I'm trying to use revolver term. I haven't taken my Adderall yet. Sorry, y'all. which is why I'm all over the place. In revolver speak, like real steel revolvers, there's single action and double action actions. Oh my god. A single action is that the trigger does one thing. It drops the hammer. Then you have to pull the hammer back, which then cycles the cylinder, so that the hammer is doing the cycling. The trigger just drops the hammer. It does the single action. Double action means that the trigger will both rotate the cylinder and drop the action, and that the hammer doesn't do it. So like you can eat, and it allows you that you can just bang, 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 bang. You don't have to click, bang, click, bang, click, bang, like a hammer shot. So in the Nerf world, I guess this would imply that there is a third action, which is the priming of the blaster, if that makes sense. I don't think there is a triple action Nerf revolver, because that would be kind of crazy on the trigger pull. I think the Nerf nail biter might be considered this. Yeah, I guess that would be no, I still think that would be considered double action. Does not matter. Is it a Laurel video if she doesn't have an autistic tangent through it? This is my special interest. It's okay. Y'all know, if you've seen a few videos, y'all know what you were in for when you clicked on it. So, yeah, this probably has slam fire. These are Nerf revolvers are kind of the mainstay of it does have slam fire. Mainstay of like humans versus zombies games. They tend to be fairly cheap, really accessible. You don't have to buy extra magazines. You just get a handful of darts in a pocket, preferably a pouch, dump pouch of some kind. Don't put darts in your pocket. You're a monster. And like real steel revolvers, they tend to be fairly reliable. Some slight design changes between them. Iron sights, that's not much of one. The priming indicator is back here. It's orange when it's cocked. And that was a bad dart. It's got a hand stop right here so that you can really go at it. Something that it has that I don't recall if the Maverick had, other than like a tiny hole in the back. Something you can do. Oh, I'm trying to use a purse thing, and I guess that's why girls can't play with Nerf, is because that doesn't work. But to demonstrate, if you wanted to dual wield these, you can click one here. It wouldn't work with this blaster, but you can click one here. So when you bang, 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 you push forward and it does that. I pulled this off my purse for nothing. Pretty good grip, lanyard. Even then, you could click it to itself and to prime. It is so hot in this room. I'm going to move on to the Disruptor because I've got to go soon. Open cylinder. I fired one earlier. No in-straight barrel lug. Rail in the same spot. Still grip with the hand grippy. Slide with the hand grippy. My mistake. Mixing up the actual terms. Lanyard mount. No ring on the back. They do not want you to dual wield. They do have this, which I guess was like, do you want to put a string through here? I couldn't tell you what that was for. You can tell, like, these are very easily Goodwillable, because both of these are Goodwill specials. Lanyard mount down here as well. If I recall, this one came out after the hammer shot, And that after the hammer shot was made, they stopped making swinging cylinders. I could not tell you, or rather, I don't think there was another removable cylinder revolver blaster since the hammer shot. They were just like, keep it in place. It's cheaper to do, less point of failure. They can't mod it to move. Now this one, notice. Come on, one more time. Prime does nothing. The cylinder does not move until you shoot. So it is, both of those went into the litter box. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put like a little net right there, or like a little lid or something, because that happens way too often. So it rotates after the hammer drops. After the hammer. Okay, so these are similar. I think it's the Mavericks that is different, because it rotates then fires. And that must be like the big deal. More holsterable, because the front end is much smaller. I mean, they're functionally basically the same. I mean, you can see, right? Y'all see that. Comfortable grip. The tooth, that's what it's for. Okay, so the tooth on the bottom here, there actually is one on this as well, in that you could, there's these little, that one's less developed, this one's more developed. That's what this is for, is that you could take the tooth of one blaster and allows you to dual wield. That's what that's for. I had forgotten about that. Okay, Disruptor. That's pretty much it. 6 shot. These are not Nerf brand. This is the Zuru X Shot Bug Attack, because the goop. Sharp fire? Rapid fire. That's it. I personally love the grip on this one. The silhouette of it is good. I also good-willed this one. Very classic style. Like Night Finder ass prime bar. Click, you can lanyard it. And this one rotates on prime. Non-reciprocal, it just stays back. Does the Disruptor has slam fire? Disruptor has to have slam fire, right? Because that's usually like the thing with the revolvers. I don't remember if the Maverick did, but since flywheelers, it was more common that in your secondary or certain, like the pump action class blasters, and slam fire existed to kind of be like the automatic fire. That's a great feeling slam fire, admittedly. Thumbs up. This does not have slam fire. I mean, that's not slam fire. That's the sear is not engaging because you're just pulling the trigger down, which I guess is technically slam fire, but clearly it is not made for slam fire. I'm going to reload it. This one, mine in particular, maybe. I haven't gotten another one of these to really try it. Rapid fire, also, yeah, good-willed. Not much of a tooth, admittedly. So one could assume that maybe, yeah, I don't even think that would fit in that. So not really much for, but you can lanyard it like a pro, no problem. When you shoot this thing rapidly, much as the name would suggest, the rapid fire, it tends to skip a cylinder. Also, this is a free spinning cylinder. Doesn't always lock up super well, which in case the rapid fire is the problem, as I am implying. So of course it wouldn't do it when I'm demonstrating. But you, like, This is one that I would like carry around the house to plink with, to play around with, because I love the fit and feel of it. It feels like a semi-auto pistol, like, as opposed to the long, and it's also short. Feels good. I love the small package. Love a small package, fellas. It's okay. Forgive yourself. The silence is deafening, isn't it? All right, hold on. Boom! Look at that. Now, we're going back to X-Shot. Zuru X-Shot. I have no... It's probably... It's not a tri-strike. It's not a triad. These are Nerf names. So whatever it is. There's no trigger guard, so it's not very safe. I love this. It's very keychain blaster. It's supposed to be like... Zuru already is like the bargain brand. This is taking the place of what Busby used to be. Still sort of is, but Busby / Adventures Force / Primetime Games, I think. Primetime Toys, maybe the parent company. X-Shot's kind of taken its place. Now this one, 3-shot, you notice. Very, very small package, pocket style blaster, fake rail on top, no rail on this. Now notice, doesn't rotate on prime, so it must rotate after you fire it, right? No, manual. Now you might think, huge, what's it called? Deal breaker. Not for me. I love when things are a little inconvenient. Convenience is great. We live in an era of convenience. So it's nice to not get it sometimes. This is very reminiscent to the pepper box style black powder handguns, turret style revolvers, in which the revolver as we know it kind of does it itself. The turret style, we're talking like 18th century, 19th century, old. It was the quickest, since it took so long to load. You know, you would have multiple barrels on a single pistol platform, but you couldn't just like bam, 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 go through them. You would have to like bam, bam, or like there would be actions that would flip entirely upside down. That did nothing, but it was interesting time in firearms development. So this kind of reminds me of that. It's very Havat-y. It's pretty snappy for a small blaster, but this is a backup blaster at best. You can lanyard it, but there is like a pin here. It's a point of failure. I wouldn't rely on that. I would just stick this in a pocket. It's good for when they take your when you get captured behind enemy lines and they take your primary and they take your secondary. This one's hidden where the sun don't shine. And by that, I mean in your back pocket, in your clothes. This is not suggestive. And then they turn their backs and then you blast them. Anyway, this video is long enough. I've got to go to the post office. Deuces.